Good afternoon, Knicks Nation. It is Sunday, the 27th day of November, 2022. I hope you're enjoying your weekend. I hope you are healthy and safe this weekend. I hope that you and your family are healthy and safe this weekend, and that the needs of you and your family in terms of food, shelter, clothing, as well as health are being met today. Blessings upon those that work in the healthcare field, even on Sunday, trying to save lives along with those first responders and those that pick up garbage for us to keep streets and highways and parks and sidewalks clean. And those also that make deliveries, even on Sunday, for our convenience. Double blessings on the men and women that are out here trying to help rescue, deliver, and recover the victims, the teenagers, the children that are the victims of child molestation and pedophilia. Let us not forget, it's real out here. The victims also of prostitution and child prostitution. The victims of pornography and child pornography. The victims of sex trafficking, sex slavery, human trafficking. Double curses on the perpetrators, the profiteers, and the perverts who traffic in this human misery. Finally, let us not forget blessings upon the homeless. There are nearly 600,000 men, women, and mostly children living on the streets of the United States of America. And there are millions more around the world in similar or worse conditions. Blessing upon them. For theirs is the kingdom. Greetings to the chat. Russell Reed, L Scientific, Cherokee Indian, my man. Diamond, my man. Ace of Spade, my man. Guilford, my brother. Vincent Monarcher, my man. Malik, my brother. How y'all doing? Black Above Reality, my man. How y'all doing, my brothers? How you doing, Knicks Nation? I hope you're doing well today. I hope all is well for you, as I mentioned earlier. I want to talk about two things we want to go into. I didn't take my notes today, but I got it here. I want to talk about two things. The review of the game from Friday, which I looked at last night, and the preview of the game today. Again, I want to tell you, Knicks Nation, some of y'all mistake being real for being haters. Let me just share with you, if I may, my definition, my difference between a hater and somebody being real. Okay? A real person is going to give you both sides of a story. They're not going to just give you all good, and they're not going to just give you all bad. You understand? They're going to be balanced. They're going to have both sides of the story. Okay? A hater only comes negative, period, end of story, never positive. So all of y'all fake ones claiming to be real that are really just haters, why don't y'all go, root for the Lakers, root for the Nets, root for somebody else? But I come to the conclusion that some of y'all just sick individuals, sad individuals, and you get your jollies off being negative on the New York Knicks. Okay, that's some of you do. Just pray for y'all. Just pray for you. Just a sad existence. So I'm listening to all this negativity about RJ Barrett. When the brother drops 46 on Boston, is he, garbage then? I watched the game yesterday. I watched it. Let's break this down for you. In the league, right? In any game, any basketball game, if you've ever played ball with referees, okay? That means you play junior high, high school, college, semi-pro, whatever. When you're playing with referees, as a player, what you are looking for is consistency. That's what you're looking for as a player. And if you play ball with referees, you know what I'm talking about. What do I mean? Sometimes a ref calls a game tight. That means there's a lot of ticky-tack fouls. Like, that means they don't really want a lot of physicality. So if they're going to call it tight, you kind of adjust your game understanding. So in other words, if they're calling it tight, you might not go and try to block a shot if you're Mitchell Robinson, if you know they're calling it tight, because you might get a foul call unnecessarily. That's calling it tight. That means they don't want no physicality. Okay? If they're calling it loose, they're letting the guys play. They're letting you be physical. There might be fouls that you might normally get a call, but you're not going to get the call because they're letting you play. A lot of guys like that better, right? They're like this. That's like 90s ball. That's like 90s, 80s ball, 70s ball. That's really, they do it sometimes now, but that's players like that when you let them play. Okay? But so like when you're looking at, I looked at the stats before I watched the game. Okay. So I'm looking at the stats. Okay. The Knicks had 27 assists. Now, wait. If I was to tell you before the game that against the Blazers, the Knicks would end up with 27 assists, what would you think? If I was to say to you, at the end of this game, if I was a genie or a prophet or whatever, and I said, look, the Knicks going to get 27 assists tonight, you would think that they must have a good game. 27 assists, that's good. That means the ball is moving, right? You're probably going to win that game. If I was to say to you, the Knicks only had 10 turnovers. They had 27 assists and only 10 turnovers. What would you think? Before the game, if I said the Knicks are going to have 27 assists and only 10 turnovers, and their opponent's going to have 24 assists, the opponent's got 24 assists and 12 turnovers. Like, what would you think? You would think that the Knicks win that game. The Knicks win that game. But let me ask you, see, one of the stats that tell you if a game is properly refereed is you're looking at the foul calls. You should see in the league now, this is the league, you got 30 teams and very little separates the top from the bottom. That everybody got talent in the league, okay? So in the league, you expect the fouls to be in the realm of plus or minus 5 or 10. Okay? So in other words, you might get one team commit 5 to 10 more fouls than the other. Okay? But daggone, brethren. Come on, brethren. You're going to tell me that the Blazers were fouled 23 more times than the Knicks? I watched the game. Okay? I watched the game. How could the Blazers get 51 foul shots and the Knicks only get 28? How could that happen? And some of y'all, I'm watching some people, see, y'all please, brethren, y'all gotta learn. Leave these media people alone. You understand? Don't you understand they hate the Knicks? Don't you understand they want to see them fail? Don't you understand that yet? Y'all, I heard people say RJ Barrett can't finish. You know what RJ was doing during this game? You know what he was doing? Because he saw that Jeremy Grant was getting to the line every time he touched the freaking ball, and so was Anthony Simons. So he's figuring, if I get hard to the hole, I'm going to the line. And you know what? That's a smart move. So RJ's going to the hole. RJ's looking for foul calls, and he ain't getting none. Whereas, let's see, RJ went to the line 8 times. Come on, baby. Come on, y'all. If you watch the game, if you actually watch the game, there is no way in hell you're going to tell me Jeremy Grant got fouled 28 times and RJ only got 8. Come on, baby. Come on now. It ain't no excuse. I'm watching the game. And you got people, RJ can't finish. RJ doing this. Some of y'all full of crap. Why don't you just go and, Miami Heat, you could go to San Antonio. Why don't you go ahead and be a fan of one of them? This kid got motor. This kid got work ethic. This kid coming out every game, giving you everything he got in the Knicks uniform. And some of y'all just straight crapping on him. It's ridiculous. Why don't you just go to Brooklyn? Go to the Celtics. You obviously don't want the Knicks. You obviously don't. Because RJ was playing a high IQ game. He was trying to get to the line. And rightly so. He should have got caught. He was getting hacked. He was getting hacked to death, man. I'm watching the game. I'm watching Jeremy Grant get touch fouls. I'm watching Simons get touch fouls. Nah, man. No. See, some of y'all, every loss, you ready to jump off the bridge and jump all over the Knicks. Hell no, not this one. Not this one. You can't tell me in an NBA game that one team gets 23 more foul shots than the other team. Come on, man. You can't tell me that. You can't tell me that. One team gets 23 more foul shots? 23? Come on, baby. I don't know what kind of take them refs was on. I don't know how much money they got for throwing that game toward Portland, but I hope it was worth it because listen, they say in the NBA, right? They say that they review every game. Well, they better review that damn game. They better review that one and take them refs and send them back to ref school, send them to the G League or something. You cannot tell me that Jeremy Grant goes to the line 28 times and RJ goes only 8. RJ was going to the hole. He was expecting to get fouled. And you know what? He was getting fouled. Julius was too. But see, Julius' problem is he argued with the refs so much, they're ignoring him now. Okay, so I get that. But he was getting hacked. RJ was getting hacked. Mitch Rob. Oh, my gosh, man. Oh, my gosh, man. They was hanging all over this boy. Nah, man. That's number one. That's my first problem. So, look, in a game that was decided, it went into overtime. The game was decided by 3 points. You cannot tell me that 23 more foul shots for Portland didn't decide that game. Okay, period. And let me say this. Let me say this for some of your sick people. If the Knicks had won that game, we wouldn't be hearing about RJ can't play defense. We wouldn't hear about RJ can't finish. If the Knicks had won that game, they'd have just won the game. And everybody be talking 50 wins and 52 wins and all that. Okay? They shouldn't have lost that game. That game was decided by the referees on the foul line. There's just no way you're going to convince me otherwise. That game was decided by the referees on the foul line, period, end of story. You cannot give an NBA team 23 more opportunities to score at the foul line with the clock stopped. Then you cannot do that and expect to win the game. You cannot do that. That's ridiculous. And I hope they catch him. I hope they review that game. I watched the game, man. That was ridiculous. Okay, let's talk about RJ Barrett's defense. Yes, I agree. His defense has regressed, okay? But what some of y'all don't understand, what some of y'all refuse to see, what some of y'all should go to another team and root is, let's go for some facts, okay? Let's go for some facts. RJ is the 3rd overall pick of your New York Knicks. That's a fact. He was the 3rd overall pick of your New York Knicks, who you claim to be a fan of, who you claim to support. He's your 3rd overall pick. Fact. RJ gives 100% every play of every game. Fact. RJ works his ass off to get better. Fact. So he's struggling defensively. This is the league. It's the league. This ain't high school. This ain't college. Everybody's good. Everybody's good. So he's dealing with Jeremy Grant. He's dealing with Jason Tatum. He's dealing with these guys on a nightly basis. Yeah, he gonna get done up. But he's going to learn because you know why? He works hard. He works his tail off to get better. He ain't like my man Kev. Speaking of Kev, I'm going to talk about him in a second. De La Music, thank you for the $10 super chat. I'm just going to round it up. I was at the game, section 1, not section 100. Refs gave the Blazers the game. One stat stood out. Foul attempts by the Blazers. That's ridiculous. It was sickening. Randle has to let the game come in. Thank you, De La Music. That's exactly what I saw. And I wasn't in section 1. I was watching it on TV, and I saw the same thing. I'm watching this game and I'm like, the Knicks are playing good, but they keep putting the Blazers on the line. And wait a minute. Right before the overtime, do you know the Knicks was down before the overtime, right? You know the Knicks was down before the overtime, right? Who got the key rebound, fast break, layup to help get the game tied? That was one RJ Barrett. Did y'all catch that with all this hate about his defense? About his finishing? Did y'all catch that? Anyway, look here. This kid is going to be fun. Because unlike, Kevin Knox, right? Kevin Knox lacked motor. That was his issue coming out of Kentucky. If some of y'all remember, Kevin Knox didn't have a motor at Kentucky. That was the big problem. He was 18. He was coming out too early. Calipari says it's going to take him 3 or 4 seasons before he can play in the league. Coming out too early. Should have stayed at Kentucky 1 or 2 more seasons. Came out too early. And he didn't have the motor yet. He wasn't developed. You see my man this week? Detroit hardly winning anything, right? Kev got 17 and 21 and 2 straight wins for Detroit. The boy was playing the ball, man. Did any of y'all see the game? The 2 games that Detroit played? Any of y'all see that? Kev is starting to come into himself, man. And it's good to see. I don't care if he's not in the Knicks anymore. You know, I'll be honest, I didn't want them to pick him at 9 now. I thought he was more like 13, 14. I didn't think he was 9, to be quite honest with you. But he was a Knick. See what I'm saying? I'm a Knicks fan. This kid was a Knick. He wore the blue and orange. So I'm going to go for Kev because he wore the blue and orange. So Kev, he was playing good, baby. I mean, he was hitting his open J's. He was playing defense. He was using his length. There was no Cade Cunningham. Okay, they had no Cade. They were starting the French kid. And Cade was out. And they had, our boy there. What's the boy name there? The dude that we know, Jaden Ivey. And Kev was doing business. I watched games like that just to see players like that. So when Kev is playing, I want to see Detroit play because Kev is playing. I want to see Frank Ntilikina when he plays. I like to see guys that wore the blue and orange when they on other teams, especially, and I like to see Dennis Smith Jr. play because these dudes was on the blue and orange, especially, like a Kev or a Frank when you get drafted by the blue and orange. I like watching them, see? So I'm following because they once a Knick. I take that seriously. Once a Knick, always a Knick. Okay? I take that seriously. Thank you, Daily News. Don't want to hate on Julius, but when he brings the ball down, he's not as successful. Game comes in right. Wide open right. All right. So we're going to get to Julius, but They Love Music is right. I'm not just saying that for the $10 because he's right. Julius plays better when he lets the game come to him. When he focuses on rebounding and playing defense and he lets the game come to him, he plays a lot better. There's no doubt. But we're going to talk about that because my understanding is Jalen Brunson is questionable today. Did y'all hear that? He had a thigh contusion. Okay, thank you, Dale. I mean, you did more than your share, my brother. You did more than your share. Yes, $2. Thank you, man. All right, 21.89. I'm sick of people. Tired of people calling bums when they reality they do not know not development. They don't see what they got, whether the shoes fit or not. That's right. Thank you, Bert. I watched the game. Jericho Sims is coming around nicely. He's strong, got motor, finishing heart right. Jericho really is coming along. See. Let me offer because I can't tell no grown man what to do. So let me offer this advice, brethren. Right? See, first of all, let me explain to you. When it's either be eliminated from the playoff contention, now when you're in like a week or 2 from being eliminated from contention in the playoff, now you're talking about critical games. Before that, you're not talking about no critical games. What you're talking about is development. What you're talking about is work in progress. That's your New York Knicks. They were work in progress. Never mind, there's no make or break game. It's a work in progress, especially under a Tom Thibodeau. There's no make or break game. Did you hear what he says after every game? On to the next one. Let's get ready for the next one. The games keep coming. You want a coach like that. You understand? The games keep coming. So they can't do nothing about the stupidity of the referees from Friday night that cost them the game against Portland. But they got to get ready for Memphis. So today, I heard Brunson is questionable. Cam, I don't want him to play until he's 100% healthy. I'm not worried about him missing 4 games, 5 games. I'm not worried about it. Okay, he got injured a week ago against Golden State. Hey, if he takes a week off and he needs to get better, fine. I ain't worried about Cam. And let me tell you something. Don't get me wrong. I ain't saying Grimes can't play. I was one of those guys advocating for them to draft Grimes. Some of y'all remember, I told y'all 2 players I wanted. I said Grimes and McBride. Didn't I tell y'all that? And they drafted Grimes and McBride. So I was telling y'all, I like these 2 guys. But I'm just going to tell you, man, as far as pure basketball talent, Cam's the most talented dude on the squad. I'm just telling you. So I'd like to see when Cam is healthy. So you get Cam, RJ, Mitch Rob, along with the Brunson, Randle on the same squad for that starter's minutes. I'm telling you, we ain't seen it yet. We ain't seen that yet. Okay, we ain't seen it yet. Okay, so give it time, Knicks Nation. It's going to come. Okay, it's going to come. Always players that play for a defensive-oriented coach start slow. It's always like that. Don't worry about it. It happens to every defense-oriented team. It really does. I'm telling you. So don't worry. It's going to get better, especially when they start to get healthy, okay? So I love Grimes. I'm not saying Grimes, and I told y'all the likelihood was Grimes is going to start. But I also told y'all, which I say still now, the cream rises to the top. The cream rises to the top. I think back in the 70s, there was a group called Cameo. Some of y'all remember Cameo, right? Cameo did that. Cream rises to the top. It was right after I Just Want to Be What You Want Me to Be. Cream rises to the top. Cameo did that. That was back in the day. You remember that? Well, anyway, it's true though. Cream. Russell Reed, thank you for love your show, Raw. Best chat out there. Maybe wrong here, but from RJ's character, he may be pressing since he got salary increase every year he has grown. Right. And listen here. Can y'all name a player that once they got their first big deal, that once they got their first bag, didn't press? Can y'all name a player that once they got their first bag that did not press? Okay, can you name one? You know why? Because the fact is, the reason a guy like RJ presses, here's something that might surprise you, is because he cares. I know some of y'all don't believe that. But that's why a guy gets a bag, they're a young man, 22 years old, he signs his first big deal, and he's pressing. You know why? Because he cares. Because he loves you, New York. Because he's trying to do the best that he can for you. That's why he's pressing. But some of y'all can't see that. You're so busy listening to some of these platforms that hate on players, that you're ready to jump and take your toilet paper out and diarrhea on them first chance you get. Sometimes you got to let them play. Now, you want to say John Morant? How many John Morants come out? John Morant is a special player. How many John Morants come out? And let me ask you this. Y'all realize RJ plays in New York. You can't tell me New York is the same as Cleveland or Memphis. You gonna tell me playing in New York is like playing in Memphis? No, seriously. You gonna tell me that? You gonna tell me playing in freaking Memphis, Tennessee is like playing on 33rd and 7th Avenue? Seriously. You gonna tell me that? You gonna tell me the media in freaking Cleveland, Ohio is like New York? That it's the exact same thing? And that it doesn't matter to the player? Are you really going to come with me like that? Are you really trying to say that? So you can't say Darius Garland plays good. He's in freaking Cleveland, man. Huh? He's in Cleveland. And Ja's in Memphis. That ain't New York. It's never going to be New York. And I'm going to tell you something. Any player that comes to New York knows that. Why do y'all think some people don't want to come to New York? Why do you think Kevin Durant would rather go to Brooklyn than New York, than the Knicks? He don't like that pressure. Hey, listen, if you think I'm lying, go back and look at the games, the series against Oklahoma City when he was with Russell Westbrook and he was playing against the Golden State Warriors, and they was up 3-1. They only had to win one more game. And Kevin froze in Oklahoma City. Come on, baby. You can't. Come on, man. Come on, man. Like I said, if you want to crap on RJ, take your little sick mind and go to the Nets or go to Oklahoma City or go to Cleveland with Darius. Do that. This is the league and this is the MSG, baby. Ain't no place like the Garden. What's wrong with y'all? Ain't no place like this. It takes a man. Wait, it takes a grown-ass man to stand up in the Garden. And let me tell you something. Some of y'all forget. Julius Randle was hiding from the media last year. Who came to the podium and spoke? Taking all questions. Who did that? 21 at the time. 21 years old. RJ Barrett did that. Like I said, man, go root for somebody else. Root for Utah somewhere. Y'all don't understand what we're dealing with here. The science of what we're dealing with here. RJ is a special player, period. He plays in Madison Square Garden, the heaviest uniform in the world. They know basketball uniform heavier than Madison Square Garden. And he plays and he takes the pressure and he does what he does and he cares. And he comes with 100% energy. You know what? I could understand if you in Denver and you voting for the All-Star. And you say, I'd rather have Jason Tatum than RJ Barrett. But if you're claiming to be a Knicks fan and your number 3 overall pick is struggling, and he's trying his best, and y'all crapping on him, you ain't no real fan. You got sick problems. You may be beating your wife. Maybe your wife ain't giving you something. Maybe you're struggling with something, and then you come in and you bring your frustrations. Okay, go ahead, do that. If that's what make you feel better, go ahead, do that. Go ahead, do it. But don't come at the rest of us that support our guys, that support our number 3 overall pick, that support our players. Don't come at the rest of us like that because we care, because we know he cares. We've seen guys get paid and don't give a crap, man. We've seen guys do that. In other teams, they get paid and that's it. They done laid back. Y'all remember this? What was the center we had last year? Nerlens got his little $30 million, and I was in Nerlens. Thank you for the $5, $21.89. Another issue that certain mindsets in UFC run stupidly fast. A minute is an hour is a day. Exactly. See, first off, if you're a fan, that means de facto, right? If you're a fan, stand for fanatic, that means whoever's wearing that color is your dude, right? Because that's your team, right? Which means you're going to give them the benefit of the doubt all the time, right? But you need to understand some people don't get it yet. There's a bunch of dudes with platforms that hate the Knicks. They're getting paid to hate the Knicks. Y'all don't know that yet. You don't understand that yet. Why do they do that? Somebody will say, well, why raw would they get paid to hate the Knicks? Let me explain. How do people with platforms get paid? Advertising, right? The more advertising they get on their platform, the more money they get. The advertisers are paying, right? So when he hate on the Knicks, a city that has 8 million people just in the 5 boroughs. We're not even talking about 10 million on Long Island. We're not even talking about Connecticut. We're not even talking about Westchester County. We're not even talking about New Jersey. So we're saying 8 million plus maybe another 10 on Long Island, right? So you're dealing with 18, 20, 25 million people. That's not including dudes like me that have relocated to other places around the world, right? So you got a good 20 million fans. Be conservative. So if you're negative on the Knicks, it's going to get the ire of certain fans. Therefore, you're going to watch the program because you want to argue with Stephen A. You want to argue with whoever the knucklehead is they got up there, and you want to argue with them, and therefore you're watching what? You're watching the advertisements. And they're getting money. So they're going to keep doing what they do. They're going to keep doing what they do because you guys keep watching them and they get the advertisements and you watching them with the Sprint girl and the dude that's selling alcohol, the dude that's selling Modelo or whatever. You watching all of that. And they know that. So you keep watching. And that's no problem. But the problem is you start believing the bull crap they pushing. You starting to believe that. You're supposed to be a fan of the Knicks. You see, and I'm going to be honest with you. That's what caused me to do my channel. Stephen A. Smith, Matt Kellerman, all of these cats, SNY. I'm listening to them talk about the Knicks negatively, and it was and then I caught myself. I said, wait. These guys don't like the Knicks. They might be in New York, but they don't like the Knicks. What's that other fool? What's his name? He used to write for the Daily News. Assola. I'm listening to Assola, and I'm like, this dude's from New York, but he don't like the Knicks. And he from Long Island. Assola. He don't like the Knicks. He don't like the Knicks. So then I'm listening to Frank Assola, and I'm like, wait a minute. These dudes don't like the Knicks. And then I realized what they were doing. And I said, they're trying to get clicks based on the hate. Because I would write in and I would be mad. And then I said, wait. Then I thought to myself, you know what? I was looking for people, and I started seeing my man KOT. I started seeing a couple of people, Terry and Trey, that really like the Knicks. And I was like, okay, we got people that really do care from New York. So I said, you know what? Let me put my 2 cents in here because I'm tired of this hate. But then once I started my channel, right, and people started, I was surprised that I just did it because I wanted to express myself about the Knicks, but people started coming on, right? And then I'm realizing that it was a lot of people falling in the same trap I did. They start hating on their own team because they're respecting Assola, they're respecting Stephen A. Stupid, they're respecting their platform, and all these young cats that probably was in diapers by the time, wasn't even born when I was watching Walt Frazier win championship, and I'm like, they don't know nothing about this game. Never played. So I'm like, never coached. So I'm like, okay. Now I'm starting to see. And so that's what I'm telling y'all. Don't buy into it. Thanks for the $5. The haters don't have a long-term program other than hating. No program, no scheme, no culture. Thus, can't explain any fits. It's boom or bust. Exactly. So y'all expecting, and I heard this argument. I've been waiting 20 years. Why am I going to wait? Because you're dumb. This is a new management team that knows what they're doing. They hired a new coach who this is now, the Knicks are 9 and 10. So it's been 2 full seasons, and not even full seasons, because the first season was 72 games. It's been 2 seasons and 19 games, and you're judging Tom Thibodeau. It's been 2 seasons and 19 games. It's wait. How long was that? 2 seasons. Now, wait, hold on. When we had David Fitzgoggles, when Fitzgoggles was the coach, carrying around a damn axe. When Fitzgoggles was the coach, right? Changing his lineup every week. I don't know how many different lineups Fitzgoggles came out with. Some of y'all remember. And we went in 17, 20 games. Some of y'all remember that. So I'm like, if I was to tell you that the new coach that the New York Knicks would have would be after 2 seasons and 19 games, 500. Would you take that? After Fitzgoggles? If I was to tell you that they would be, after 2 seasons and 19 games, they'd be 500. Would you take that? Would you have taken that when you win in 17 games and 21 games? If I was to tell you that they drafted players in that 2 seasons and they're playing them and they're developing them. Would you take that? That's my question to you. Would you take that? If I said they drafted a player number 8 overall in that coach's first year, they drafted a player number 25 overall, they drafted another player 25 overall, they drafted a couple players in the second round, and they're all in the rotation. And then they drafted a player that was drafted 10th overall, they traded a 9th overall pick for him, and he's in the rotation. And in 2 seasons, they were 4th in the East. They didn't win 37 games, but then here they are in the 2 games out from the 5th seed. Right now, 19 games. Would you take that? Yes, you would. Yes, you would. Yes, you would. Think about that the next time you want to crap on the Knicks, if you're a real fan. Think about that. Think about that. Would you take that? Okay? And forget all of these NBA 2K trades. Oh my God. They're talking about trading for Anthony Ambulance. Are you crazy? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Anthony Ambulance, why? Because he had a couple of good games for about a week and a half? Seriously? You know this cat only going to play 50 games in a year. You know that, right? See, that's what I'm saying. You know, it's difficult. Pray for me, Knicks Nation. It's difficult to deal with some of y'all, but I love y'all. I love all y'all. I love Gumby. I love Gumby. Gumby is in, you know what I love about Gumby? I don't agree with him, but he is in Randall Hive, orange and blue, solid. You see what I'm saying? He's in Randall Hive, orange and blue, solid. He don't come negative. He loves real Julius Randle. He's tight on the nutsack, and that's a New York Knick. I love this dude. See what I'm saying? I may not agree with him, but I like him, okay? Because he is on Knicks Nation. He's a fan. He's a real fan. Not a fake one claiming to be real. He's real. I like him, man. That's my man right there. Okay? I may not agree with Joe Curry all the time, but Joe Curry is a Knicks fan. I don't agree with all his takes, but that's okay. He's a Knicks fan. He loves the orange and blue. Right, Joe? He loves the orange and blue. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. See what I'm saying? He don't just come negative when they do good and he think they do good, he says it. Because you know what? There's 2 sides. It's balance. You know, yin and yang. You understand? Some people don't get that. I don't know where Gumby is. I don't know if he with Pokey. I don't know if he with Pokey or where he is. But I'm just saying, you know, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. We don't always agree, but he's in Knicks Nation. He loves Knicks Nation. Some of y'all love Kev because why? Because he was wearing the blue and orange. And listen, that's a fan right there. That ain't somebody claiming to be real and coming with some BS. That's a fan. That's a fan right there. Okay? That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So, now, Jericho Sims. Jericho Sims, man. And look here. Jericho Sims was what, the 58th pick last year, right? The 2021. He was the 58th pick out of University of Texas. People came before him. You know, there was what's that guy some of y'all was really tripping about out of Texas? Somebody named Kai Jones, who can't even get on the court. And then there's Mo Bamba, right? And then there's Kendrick Williams III, right? All of them came out of Texas, and Jericho was there for all of them. And he came out 58. Okay. This kid, man. First off, he's now, what he's doing now that he didn't do last year, he's learning how to stay out of foul trouble. Takes a guy athletic guy a couple of seasons to do that, and he's doing it well. He gets tough rebounds in traffic. He finishes through contact. Now, he wasn't doing this last year. And, of course, we've seen him. We've seen him guard Jamal Murray on the perimeter. We've seen him guard Shai Gilgeous-Alexander on the perimeter. He's guarding players on the perimeter. I mean, I understand why they signed Isaiah Hartenstein. Because before this season, we didn't know Jericho was going to develop like this, correct? We didn't know he was going to come through like this, right? So they signed Hartenstein, and I get that, to back up Mitch Rob. I get it. I'm not saying that's a terrible signing. It's not. But will y'all agree at this stage, we can let Hartenstein be the third string? Do y'all agree with me? We can let Hartenstein be the third string. We can bring Jericho Sims out there in the second string. Let him run with Mobb Deep a little bit. I mean, you hear what I'm saying, right? I'm not trying to dog RJ Hartenstein. I'm not doing that. I'm just saying that's how good Jericho Sims is now. You could put him behind Mitch Rob. I'm very comfortable with that. I'm very, very comfortable with that. We're not losing nothing with Jericho Sims out there. We just not, okay? I'm just saying, right? I mean, right? Y'all get what I'm saying. I'm not hating on Hartenstein. Some of you will say, you hated on. I'm not hating on Hartenstein. Hey, I like Hartenstein, but he's not Jericho, man. They're not Mitch Rob. Okay, neither Mitch Rob. But I have no problem with Sims running with Mobb Deep. Give me Sims, Obi, right? Give me Sims, Obi, Emmanuel quickly. Like, no problem with him running with Mobb Deep. No problem at all. And I told y'all, we have 3 centers, and right, it's 82 games. Some of y'all remember, didn't I say that? I said it's 82 games. We got 3 centers. Everybody's going to play. Didn't I tell y'all that? Look here. Yep. See? It's already happening. Okay? And then all of a sudden you hear, see, Hartenstein must be hearing what we're saying, because Hartenstein came out of his face. Listen, I've been dealing with some sore feet now. I can't move like I usually move. And I'm not saying homie lying, right? But all I'm saying is, if Sims wasn't breathing down his neck, you wouldn't hear him talk like that. Okay? That's all I'm saying. That's right. The cream rises to the top. Sims could play. I mean, really, at the end of the day, Sims could play. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to diss Hartenstein. I'm just telling you, Sims could play. Okay? He could play. Cream rises to the top, baby. Cream rises to the top. It's an 82-game season. Everybody's going to have to play. Now, look here. So Brunson is questionable. What does that mean, questionable? So he had a thigh contusion. I remember I saw the play. He got kneed in the thigh pretty bad. I forgot who did it to him, but somebody kneed him in the thigh pretty good Friday night. So what does that mean? That means even if he does start the game, he's not going to be able to play the minutes that he's used to playing. Okay. So what does that mean? It was Jason Hart. That's right. Was it Jason Hart is his name? Chris? Or was it Joshua Hart? Jason Hart? But I know he came with his Villanova boy. His Villanova hookup dog there. But what does that mean? That means we got IQ in DEUCE time. Are we worried now? No, I'm not worried at all. I'm not worried at all. Bring me the IQ in DEUCE time. I have no problem with that. I'm not saying Jason is no scrub. I mean, Jalen Brunson ain't no scrub. No, not at all. Jalen Brunson, you got the keys. That's our dude right there. But we so deep. And Tibbs has already said it. He said, we are deep at that position, just like the 5 spot. We deep in 2 positions. We deep at the 5 spot, and we deep at the point guard spot right now. Okay, so if Jalen has to sit, I'm thinking it's good that he sit. If he sit today, I'm not worried about that, because this is the thing. Jalen is trying to find his own rhythm right now, right? Y'all notice that, right? I mean, even though dude is high IQ, right? Dude can play ball. There's no doubt he could ball, right? He's our point guard, right? But he's still trying to figure out, being the leader and all that. So I'm saying, if dude got to sit, let him sit tonight against Memphis, and let him sit Tuesday against Detroit, and it's a back-to-back comeback against Milwaukee on Wednesday night. That's what I'm saying. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Come back on Wednesday night against Milwaukee. Matter of fact, I think the same thing could be said for Cam Reddish. Let Cam sit today. Let him sit against Detroit, and then bring him back against Milwaukee. Bring him back and Jalen Brunson back against Milwaukee. Y'all got me? So I'm not saying, they should sit indefinitely, but there's no need to rush them back. This is what the blessing is of having the depth that the Knicks have. They got depth, man. So we ain't got to rush nobody back. If Randle is out for an extended time, we good. We got Obi, we good. If we can play Cam behind him too, we good. If RJ's out, we got Grimes. We can play Cam. We can play guys at extended time if we need to. We haven't even mentioned the guys we got in the G League. Y'all remember Farron Hunt? Because we still got him. We still got Farron Hunt. Okay, we still got him, and we ain't even got to use him. See, so we good. We ain't got to rush nobody back. Okay, IQ played a really good game Friday. He did. He played a good game Friday, man. We should have won that game. The referees gave that game. I'm not even fronting. If you saw the game, I know it sounds like an excuse, but if you actually saw the game, the referees gave that game to the Portland Trailblazers. They tried their best to help Portland win that game. There is no way in hell you're going to tell me that they got fouled 23 more times than the Knicks. There's just no way. You're not going to tell me that. Come on now. No. RJ was trying to draw fouls, and he was even, and I was this man, like, dude, go into the hole hard. Don't y'all want him to go to the hole hard? Yes, we wasn't finished, but look, he was going hard to the hole. He should have got at least 16 foul shots. At least 16. At least 16 foul shots. If you gave RJ 16 foul shots instead of 8, we win that game. We win that game. Okay, period. We win the game. Okay, period. End of story, right? Yeah, and you still got Rokas. You still got Rokas. We ain't forgot about him. Rokas Jokabati, we got him too. So look, next year, D Rose is gone. He's not going to be back. He's an expiring deal. Okay. So now you get Deuce McBride. You're going to and I told y'all, IQ is going to be traded. I'm pretty sure of that. And the reason I'm pretty sure is not because the Knicks want to get rid of him. I feel IQ can start. Okay, I'm not saying he's the best point guard as far as point guard skills, but dude can ball. You can't deny RQ could ball. He could ball, man. And so a dude like that's 23 years old, he wants to see what he could do as a starter. Okay, maybe he don't work out as a starter, but he'd like to get that money, and he'd like to see. He's not going to get that chance with the Knicks. If a team wants D Rose, it's like what we did with who was that? It was with Mook. Y'all remember with Mook? We end up getting IQ because we traded Mook. That's how we got IQ, because we traded Mook. If we could get a high second-round pick for D Rose, I'm doing the deal. Wouldn't y'all? Would y'all do that? If somebody was offering you, like, let's say a top 40 pick. Let's say you were going to get between 36 and 40. Would you trade D Rose for that? I would. If I could get, say, 38th pick, I would trade D Rose. I would trade him. Okay, I would do it. Okay. 21-89, hard lesson playing through and against the refs. That's right. Definitely. There really wasn't much they could have did. It was ridiculous. But so I'm thinking if playoff teams are interested in D Rose, Mook is Morris, Marcus Morris. Remember him, Odell? He played for the Knicks about 2-3 seasons ago, maybe 4. Marcus Morris. They traded him for the 25th pick, which ended up being Emmanuel Quickly. Okay, that's how we got Emmanuel Quickly. We traded Mook and to the Clippers, and we ended up with Emmanuel Quickly. That's how we got him. Yeah, that's how we got Quick. That was a slick move. That was actually Steve. That was Steve Mills and Scott Perry. That was a Steve Mills Scott Perry move, and they ended up with the 25th pick. Yeah, Mook. See, and he's still playing. He's in the rotation for the Clippers right now. So if I'm saying if somebody's going to give me a second-round pick, I wouldn't think D Rose is going to get you a first-round pick. But if you can give me a second-round pick for an expiring deal, or maybe you give me a first-round because he is expiring, so in your playoff team, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that 9-10 times out of 10. Okay? Yeah. That was Scott Perry and Steve Mills at the time, right? Scott Perry and Steve Mills did that one. And then that was actually after they hired Leon, but Leon didn't take the reins until that summer. So yeah. Randle is going to stay with the Knicks as long as the Knicks can be in contention. If you see the Knicks out of contention by the All-Star break, Randle gets traded. That's what I'm saying. If the Knicks are in contention, if they're in the top 8 seeds by trade deadline, Randle stays. If they're not, Randle gets traded. To me, it depends on how well the Knicks do. And I think they're going to do well. I think they'll be in playoff contention at the trade deadline, so they're not going to move Randle. They're going to keep Randle there. And not only that, even though Obi, to me, is starter-level talent, Obi's not complaining about coming off the bench. I think they have to make sure he gets his 22 minutes, and that's why I think you're seeing more Obi, Randle together, because Tom is trying to get Obi his 22 minutes. It's not easy. He's trying to get him. He's trying to get their matchups right. and he's trying to get Obi his 22 minutes. If he can get Obi his 22, Obi ain't gonna complain. Because at 22 minutes, to me, Obi still can get a $60 million extension. See what I'm saying? If you can give Obi 22 minutes and keep playing him, and he can keep getting that 22 minutes, sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less, you're gonna get a 60 million. You know, he's gonna get 40 to 60 million. You know, so he's gonna get that extension, and then he's gonna move on with life. Okay, but IQ is more. What's the word I'm looking for? IQ is more ambitious. That's right. IQ is more ambitious. He wants to see what he can do as a starter, and I can't disagree with him. And that's why Eddie says, you know what is crazy though, Eddie? I'm gonna tell you something, man. I think the Knicks are more comfortable playing on the road than they are at home. I think they're more comfortable playing on the road than they are at home. That's what I'm thinking. I think they'd rather play on the road. I don't know why. I think they'd rather do that. And so to me, the key is, can they protect home court? Because when they go on the road, they're comfortable playing on the road. So I think they could do pretty well. Okay. So if they can protect home court, then I think they're gonna do okay, because I think they're good playing on the road. I don't think they have a problem with that. It's tough to play on the road, but they seem to adapt pretty well to that. Okay. So tonight, let's talk about, that's what Russell Reed brought up. Okay. I'm going to tell you something, man. If you give me a backcourt of Deuce McBride and Quentin Grimes, you give me that backcourt now, I like our chances. I ain't saying Ja ain't going to get his 30. He's going to get his 30. He's going to get his 30, but it ain't going to be easy. If you give me a backcourt of Quentin Grimes and Deuce McBride, I like our chances. I like our chances. I'm just saying I like our chances. All right? I like our chances. I don't know. Did they announce who's starting? Did they announce who's starting? Let me see. Let me look here. Did they announce anything about who's starting? I didn't see it. Did you guys see that? Did they make an announcement of the starting five yet? They make an announcement of starting five? I'm just saying. If you give me, and Tibbs has already mentioned, some of y'all don't remember, in the beginning of training camp, he said, I'd like to see Deuce McBride and Quentin Grimes play some minutes together. I'm not saying they're going to start. I'm saying if you give me, say Deuce, let's say Quentin starts with IQ, but then you give me some Quentin minutes with Deuce as the backup point guard. I don't have no problem with them starting Deuce. Starting IQ. Let me just be real. I'm just saying IQ is next in line to me. But I could see if Tibbs decided to start Deuce because of the defense. Because right now, Memphis is not going to have there's a couple of Knick killers that Memphis has listed as out or day-to-day. So Desmond Bane is out. He suffered a grade 2 sprain of his right big toe. So he's out 2 or 3 weeks. Zaire Williams, another Knick killer, he's out. Right knee soreness. Danny Green is out. So you got 3 Knick killers right there that are out. Now, Dillon is a Knick killer. And of course, Morant is not a Knick killer. Morant is a killer, period. So you got that. And Jared Jackson Jr. is still going to be there. So you still got them, okay? But so they still dangerous. Don't get it wrong. But I'm saying as far as backcourt, Bane is out today, Joe Curry. He's out. Bane not playing, okay? But that don't mean they can't still hurt us, because they got Dillon Brooks, and Dillon Brooks is a Knick killer. So you get Dillon Brooks. To me, you want to see a Quentin Grimes Deuce backcourt. To me, I would like to see that. I would like to see that. Now, I don't have no problem with IQ starting. I have no problem. And I could totally get IQ starting. I'm not even going to argue about that. IQ can start. Bane is out today. Bane is out. Yeah, Bane is out. Zaire Williams is out. And Danny Green has been out. So Green is a Knick killer. Bane is a Knick killer. And of course, Zaire has also been in the killer in his young career, but they're out. So we don't worry about them. But then there's Ja, then there's Dylan Brooks, then there's Jared Jackson Jr. You know, they got a team. They got who's the other boy? There's the boy out of Gonzaga. What's the boy name? Brandon Clark, Brandon Clark, Jared Jackson Jr., Brandon Clark. Yeah, you know, they got enough firepower to beat it. There's no doubt about it. They got enough firepower to beat it. But two things. Give me DEUCE on Morant. I'm not saying he's going to lock Morant up, but he could slow down Morant a little bit, make it tougher on him. And I need the refs to be consistent today, right? Can we get consistency from the refs? I'm hoping the NBA said something to him from Friday. That was ridiculous Friday. It was really bad. Okay, so no, you're right, Russell Reed, because if they could call the game, loose, let them play, the Knicks are going to be in good shape. If they let them play, and you put Deuce McBride out there with Quentin Grimes, I like our chances. I ain't going to front. I like our chances. Reggie Phillip, thanks for the $5 super chat. Hi, Raw. Salute to you, brother. Media is unbelievably corrupt. Yes, it is. Knicks fans, stay patient. This is what a development team looks like. I agree 100%. So, I'd like to see the refs call it loose today. Let them go a little bit. Let them be aggressive. If they do that, the Knicks are in good shape. Cherokee and Peace Raw, off topic, but I saw a Bible study yesterday when you mentioned the Boondocks. Couldn't help but notice you kind of look like John Witherspoon. Now look, I used to pull up my belt too. I used to pull up my belt. Yeah. I got softer when my youngest two were coming up. But my oldest, they caught grandpa's belt for real. And then my grandchildren, when they first came up, I didn't catch them with the belt, but they knew the possibility of retribution was coming. So I had no problem, and I had no problem with them now. No problem at all. My daughters got away with murder. Daggone it. I ain't gonna front. See, Grandpa was soft on the girls, man. Soft on the girl. I was soft on the girl, but the boys, oh yeah, they didn't get away with nothing, man. They didn't get away with nothing. Wasn't playing. Wasn't playing. But the girls got away with murder, daggone it, man. Daggone girls wrapped me around their little fingers, man. Shoot. And the boys knew it. Girls had me going to this day. My daughters could get away with murder. Thank you, 2189. Grandpa Raw, make your fantasy Hebrews in the house. There you go, brother. Yeah, I let the girls, man. Daggone. Because I wanted the girls, I was just soft on them. Now, one daughter, I spanked her across her little legs when she was 3, yelling in church one time. And I still remember that, and it still bothers me. And I ain't heard no problem from her after that. But then, when she got 19, she started telling me where to go and stuff. I had to deal with that. Something happens with a girl. I don't know what it is when they're 19 years old. Daggone, man. That was hard. My youngest, though, that's my baby right there. That's my baby. Dude came over, wanted to take my youngest out. I said, hope you'll have a good time. But if something happens to her, I'm going to kill you. And I'm half laughing now. I wasn't laughing then. If something happens to her, I'm going to kill you. No doubt, bro. There's no doubt about what's going to happen if something happens to my baby right here. Okay, there's no doubt. But it wasn't just me. It was her 2 older brothers too. So we had it covered, So we had it covered. He wasn't coming correct. You better not come at all. Be better for you that way. It'd be better for you that way. Because, and that's why I used to tell my little girl, can I spend the night in so-and-so house? And I would say, nah, baby, you can't spend the night over there. And they say, well, why, Daddy? Why? I said, if something was to happen to you, Daddy would have to kill Miss So-and-so and Mr. So-and-so. And they say, well, I said, if something was to happen to you over there, they couldn't just tell me sorry. That's not going to cut it. And I said, your life would be required. So think about that before you have my daughter over your house. I wasn't playing, man. I wasn't playing at all. I'm glad I'm past that stage. I'd hate to be some of y'all having to raise kids now. Damn, come on, man. I was raising mine in the 90s and 80s. I can't imagine trying to raise them now, man. It's hard out here. Blessings to y'all, man. Blessings to y'all. Blessings to y'all. Blessings to y'all. So I'm liking our chances against Memphis only because I'm seeing more DEUCE time and IQ time today. That's why. I'm liking our chances against Memphis. And Memphis is a tough team. And I know the Knicks are not going to take them lightly. And so that's why I'm also liking our chances. When the Knicks come into a game, knowing they're playing somebody that's tough, I think they're more mentally ready for that. I'm hoping they rest Cam and rest Jalen Brunson today and let them wait until Tuesday or Wednesday. It's a back-to-back this week. They got Tuesday, Wednesday night. They play Detroit, and I think it's at Detroit on Tuesday. Let me just look at that. I think it's at Detroit on Tuesday, and then they play Milwaukee, and I think the Milwaukee game's at the Garden, which don't mean nothing for us, right? I mean, we think we got a home court advantage. We really don't. But let me see here. So they play, they're playing Memphis at MSG today, Detroit at Detroit, and then they're at home against the Bucks, on Wednesday night. So, this is not. So I'm thinking we get our defense tight with DEUCE out there, with Grimes out there. I'm liking that. Okay, so I'm thinking we should be in good shape. What y'all think? I think we should be in good shape today. I mean, I'm not saying Memphis is easy now, but when we start playing our kind of New York style defense, we not easy either. So. Okay, so I'm thinking we'll be in good shape. I'm hoping the Knicks win this one. It's not going to be easy. Ja going to get his 30-something, no doubt. You're not going to stop him. But I want to see the Knicks come through here. I want to make it tough on Ja. Okay? It's at that Garden. Tonight's at the Garden. And then they're at Detroit Tuesday, and then they got another 3 games at the Garden. Honestly, I don't think the RJ Randle pairing is good, and is especially tough on RJ. So I'm thinking, to me, RJ would and does play better with. I think I haven't looked at any stats, but from my eye test, and I gotta look at it. But when Obi and RJ play together, they play better. When Cam, Obi, and RJ playing together, they play better. I'm just thinking it's the style. Julius's style, I don't know, it doesn't work with RJ. It just doesn't work with RJ. So that's why I think Julius would eventually be traded. But right now, no. He plays better with Obi and Cam on the floor together. RJ plays better. But for now, they're not going to trade Julius Randle. If they're in contention come All-Star break, they're not trading Julius Randle. I think they keep Julius, at least to the summer. So we'll see what happens in the summer. RJ, Obi, and Cam. And we haven't really seen, like I said, if you could get Cam healthy with RJ, Jalen Brunson, even with Julius, I'm saying we haven't really seen that long enough. I want to see some more of that. If we can get some more of that, I think we'd be in good shape, man. I really do with Mitch Rob. I'm be healthy. I'm good with that. If we can get Mitch Rob, get Cam back, and I'm thinking maybe against Detroit, you get Cam back. And then, that's a good game. It's in Detroit. It's a good game to get Cam back. I'm thinking it'll be good. So we'll see. But anyway, the game's at 6. Look, I may disagree with some of y'all, but I got to tell y'all, I love conversing with y'all. It's your wife, Malik. If that's your wife, I can't say nothing. Except this. Your wife is extremely attractive. The thing about Monica McNutt, it ain't really like she's not drop dead gorgeous, but she's so dang cute, man. When she makes certain faces, she's so daggone cute. That's what I like about Monica McNutt. She has this look in her eyes that's so I don't know, it's just a cuteness about it. That's what I like about her. That's all. I mean, I'm not saying she's not like that drop dead gorgeous you see like on the news and some of them weather women. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm talking about. She ain't like that, but there's just a cuteness about it, man. She's just cute. I mean, she do got some. You know, I'm not saying she do got some a little bit, but I'm just saying is that she's just cute though. She's just daggone cute, man. That's all. I'm saying your wife is cute, Malik. That's all. You got a cute wife. You got a cute wife. And she knows her basketball, man. She knows her basketball. I like Monica McNutt knows ball. She knows ball, man. She knows ball. That's all I'm saying. She knows ball, man. Yeah. Oh yeah, cash out. Yeah, she got some equipment, no doubt. She got some equipment, but she's just cute, man. When she speaks, when she talks, she's just daggone cute, man. She's just cute, and she knows her ball. She's not somebody that's just there because she's pretty. There's some girls that look like models, and you think when they open their mouth to talk about basketball, you'd be like, just shut up and sit there because we don't want to. You don't know what you're talking about. But Monica knows what she's talking about. Monica McNutt knows ball. She's not only cute, but she knows basketball. You know. Thank you, 2189 Knicks fans. Sometimes commit domestic violence. Yeah, it's true, man. That's not good. But Monica cute and she knows her ball. That's why I like listening to her. There's some commentators that's not real cute, but they know ball. Like I like Doris Burke. I like Doris Burke, man. She knows her ball. She's not like, she's not exactly a model, but she knows her ball, man. She knows ball. And I like when she commentates. She reminds me of a female version of UB Brown. When I listen to Doris Burke, she's like a female version of UB Brown. She knows her basketball, man. She really does. I like listening to her. I like, like, for example, honestly, whenever, what's that dude that used to play for the Nets? I hate him. When he used to play for the Nets, I put it on mute and I start listening to my music because I don't want to hear him. What's that dude name? Richard Jefferson. When Richard Jefferson start talking, it's almost like an annoyance. It's like somebody scratching a board with their nails. Like, shut up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to hear you. Like, it's on mute, and I'm listening to the Ja Rule or something. I'm not listening to you. I can't even. Sometimes Reggie Miller is just about like that too. No. But I could listen to Doris Burke all day. I could listen to UB Brown. Of course, we love Mike Bream and Mark Clyde Frazier. I could listen to Monica. She knows what she's talking about. Yeah, Richard Jefferson, man. I can't. He should just put the black and white pom-poms and jump on the court with the cheerleaders. That's what he should do. He should just put the black and white pom-poms on and jump on the court with the cheerleaders. That's really what he should do because he's a Nets fan. You could see it. You might as well, if Iron Eagle wasn't holding it down for the Nets, he could be over there. Yeah. Stop it. See, I got visions behind that one. But Richard Jefferson, no. I don't even like Reggie Miller. Richard Jefferson is terrible. But I could listen to Doris Burke all day, Mike Bream. Of course, I could, and I'd be honest with you. Jeff Van Gundy gets on my nerves sometimes too. And he's, I just stick with Jeff because he used to read the blue and orange, but I don't like him either. Mark Jackson, though, I could listen to Mark Jackson all day. Cherokee Indian, thanks for the $5. MSG told Monica to wear that long dress Friday. Alan Hahn better watch his eyes because they're going. What's his name? She just brought a child for him. What's her name, man? Girlfriend from Chicago. I like her too. She know her ball. What's her name? What's her home? Not Alan Hahn. The other dude, Wally. He put the seed in. What's her name? He put the seed in. What's her name, man? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Rebecca Harlow. He put the seed in Rebecca. He seeded her up, man. She went just had a child. She had a child for Wally. She had a child for Wally. Rebecca Harlow. I like Rebecca Harlow too. She's not cute or anything, but I like Rebecca Harlow. I like Rebecca Harlow. I like listening to her. I like Monica McNutt. They're going to Bill Peter take his short behind and just do the 150 and just forget about it. Bill Peter, like, please, chip. Oh my gosh! Don't mention Taylor. Oh my God! Yeah, but I like listening to Harlow. You know, she loves the Knicks. Wally Zerbiak. Yeah, Wally Zerbiak put the seed in Harlow, man. Harlow brought forth the child. Y'all know she just had a baby for him. I forgot. I don't know what she had, boy or girl, but she just had a baby for him. She kept it on a DL. She kept it on DL. But Harlow's a good interview. She's a good interviewer, man. She don't just try to put people on the spot all the time. I like Harlow. Pretty much. I like Nick. I mean, Clyde, Breen, my baby McNutt, Harlow. I'm all in with them, you know. Yeah, Pedo, man. We like, what the heck? Why don't you just stick to the MSG 150 and keep your little short behind in there and shut up? You know what I'm saying? Please, Pedo don't know what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So, yeah. But they're going to please keep Richard Jefferson away from us, man. Please keep Richard Jefferson away from us. Don't need to hear from him. I don't really like to hear from Jeff Van Gundy either, but I like Mark Jackson. So, and Jeff Van Gundy used to coach the Knicks, so we'll give him that prop. You know what I mean? Once a Knick, always a Knick. So I'll give him that prop. But I don't like him either. But I do like my man, Mark Jackson. I can listen to Mark Jackson. Yeah, I mean, how many of y'all really wish Mark Jackson was the coach? I wish Mark Jackson was the coach. I do. Damn good. I know Mark Jackson would handle New York. He would do the right thing. He would develop the right way. I'm totally in on Mark Jackson, man. I support Mark Jackson. But I know they're not going to let him in because he spoke against the rainbow, and you got to be all rainbowy when you out here. You know, you got to be all rainbow. You know what I'm saying? If you're not all rainbow in the NBA, they don't let you in. But I like how Mark stood for his ground. Mark stood his ground. I like Mark Jackson, my man right there. I wish they let the Queens brother come back. The Archbishop, you know, the Queens brother that went to St. John. I wish they let him come back. Yeah. My man Mark Jackson. But I know they're not going to do that. But you know, but the reason I feel like they won't do it is because Mark is not one of Leon's homies. But if it was up to James Dolan, I think Mark would be a coach for the Knicks. If it was up to James Dolan. Because Dolan would do stuff like that. Dolan will hire. That's right, Bishop Loughlin. That's right. Thank you, Bishop. I was going to say Archbishop Malloy, but I'm confusing him with Kenny Smith. No, it's Bishop Loughlin. That's right. Yeah, I mean, if it was up to Dolan, I think Mark Jackson would be the coach. But he trusted in the Don, and I can't fault him for that. Let the Don do his thing. Okay? Let him do his thing. Yeah, Dolan is that dude. He would do it. But, you know, it's all good. It's all good, man. It's all good. Hopefully one day they let Mark Jackson come back and do his thing. Yeah, the alphabet people. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You know what I'm saying. A, B, C, D, E, F, G wrote rainbow. Mark Jackson stood up against. There was some of them that got into the organization, the Warriors organization, and Mark Jackson said something about it, and that's why he was let go, and that's why he can't get back because the A, B, C, D, E, F, G alphabet soup rainbow was against my man. That's all I'm saying. That's against my man. You know, there's people I mentioned in my intro when I talk about certain people and curses upon them. There's certain people. But I'll go no further than that. Y'all know. If you know, you know. You know what I mean? If you know, you know. You know, you know. That's all. If you know, you know. Okay? Yeah. You know, you know. But anyway, I love all of y'all. This is always fun. I'm very, very humbled, really, by how we can communicate, how y'all support this channel. I'm really humbled by it. It's like, I don't care. The haters could drop off the channel, drop from the subscriber list. I don't give two craps. But some of y'all that are for real, which is most of y'all, I love y'all, man. Y'all just make it real fun to be, you know, with Knicks Nation and all of that. I'm just really, really, really humbled by the support and the camaraderie we have. When we get together here in Orlando to eat, me and a couple of the brothers from Knicks Nation, we have some fun, man. We had some fun at the Cuban restaurant last week. We went and had chicken a couple months ago. We got to go back to P.O. again. That was a good deal right there. It was good, man. So, I mean, we have fun. We talk. It was good, man. It was good. And so we going to the game, the Orlando Magic Knicks game in February. We got good seats too, there. I had to get them early. I got them like the first week they was available. I got the seats, and we got them early. We not quite on the floor, but we don't. I don't really want to be on the floor. Just a little above the floor. We're good. Like we're really good. Ramon Garcia, thanks for the $2 super chat. 2189. Replace Jeff Jeffrey with Ja Rule. Thank you. I'm all in. I'm from New York. New York. That's right. That's right. Give me Ja Rule. This is how we do. Yeah. It's Ja Rule, baby. Let's do that. I'm from New York. Yeah. Let's give me some Ja Rule, bro. Let's do that. Let's do that thing. Or too bad, rest in peace, Prodigy. Rest in peace, Prodigy. Mobb Deep. Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace, DMX. Them some cats, you know what I mean? There's some cats, man. Rest in peace, brothers. Rest in peace, Rise and Power. Big L, rest in peace, Rise and Power. Rest in peace, Rise and Power. Big L, Prodigy, DMX, rest in peace, Rise and Power. What's up, my brother from the Lost Boys, Freaky Ty, rest in peace. Heavy D, rest in peace, Rise and Power. Rest in peace, Rise and Power. Freaky Ty, Heavy D, yeah, Big L, Biggie, Big Pun. Rest in peace, Rise and Power. Rest in peace, brothers. That's right. Rest in peace. Scott LaRock. Oh yeah, Scott LaRock from back in the day. Rest in peace, Rise and Power. That's right. Rest in peace, Rise and Power. Scott LaRock, Big L, Prodigy, DMX. Rest in peace, Rise and Power. Peace. Big Marky, that's right. Biz Marky, that's right. Rest in peace, Rise and Power. That's right. Biz Marky, that's right. Rest in peace, Rise and Power. That's right. Yes, all the brothers, man. All the brothers. Big Pun, rest in peace, Rise and Power. Rest in peace, Rise and Power to the brothers. That's right. Rest in peace, Rise and Power, y'all. That's right. Thank y'all, man. I appreciate the love. Really, the love is really, love is a healing power. Love is a healing power, man. And y'all that show the love, bring the healing. It's beautiful, man. I appreciate that. Really, seriously appreciate that. Really appreciate that. But we're going to get ready. I'm going to get ready for the game. I'm going to eat me some pollo. I got some baked pollo in there. Going to have a little bit of that. Get ready to watch the game a little bit. I think tonight, if I'm not mistaken, I might be touching base with my man Jay Ellis. Tonight on Nick of Time. I think I'm going to be stopping by in there. If he's doing something, I think we're supposed to do it tonight. I got to double check with him. But if we're doing that tonight, I will be over there. Please be safe. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, you fellas. Please be safe out there, sisters and brothers. Be safe. Enjoy this game. Hopefully, we celebrate a Knicks win. Hopefully, let's do that. Be safe. Be cool. We're going to be all right, Knicks Nation. We're going to be all right. We're in good hands. We're going to be good. Don't worry. Shalom.